Yo, how is everybody doing today? Thank you very much for coming in and for being part of the next podcast. And so today we have a special guest over here. It is Rock Pixels. And so, Rock, tell us, how are you doing today? And who is this amazing streamer who goes by Rock?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. Yeah, I don't know what to really say. Like today's kind of like my day off. It's my weekend, so like a Saturday,
Nice.
Sunday off kind of thing because I've been mostly working like 5 days a week and stuff like that. So like I try to incorporate streams here and there in between and stuff like that as well. So like yeah, on my days off, I mostly just like tidy up, do chores, all that kind of stuff. I clean my room so I kind of feel better about it and stuff and whatnot. Yeah, not a lot happening, I guess. Like, just like mentally prepare myself for like this little interview and whatnot. I mean, I'm confident in myself. I think like this will be an awesome time. So yeah, I'm having a great weekend so far, and I hope like the rest of it will turn out good too.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. And so, we're gonna do here is we're gonna have like a really fun startup topic that we're gonna start off with. And so, we are gonna start off with what I do for every all of my other guests. And so, we are going to start off with the ice breaking questions. And so, the first thing I always start off with everybody is, Rock, what kind of superpower would you have if you had one?
Oh, what kind of superpower that I'd have if I had one? Let me think about that. There's two on the top of my head, but I think the number one superpower I'd want would be a shapeshifter, to be honest.
Shapeshifter, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I'd love to be a shapeshifter. Just be able to like change my form, be whatever I want, you be a different person and all that kind of stuff, and just like live all these different lives and just live free, I guess, and just like never stick to one identity, never be traced, just always be someone else.
Then you like shapeshift into Yoshi. Nobody would know. I mean, maybe
Nobody would know. I mean,
unless if you had the hoodie on, then maybe
oh, I
okay,
know,
maybe.
right?
The,
Imagine that, like doing live streams and just like shape shifting into like that form and stuff like that, and be like, no, it's just special effects, guys, and just like it's actually like reality. Oh, it's a shapeshifter actually turning into a Yoshi.
oh shoot, who's this shapeshifter? I think that's a really cool. I didn't know those were real. It's just like, oh, that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. Yeah. Yeah. Then I guess you could say in that case, then Yoshi's would be a real thing if you could actually shapeshift into them. Um,
Exactly.
yeah. And so yeah. So now we typically think about all the useful shapeshifting forms that we would go like we would hop right into. But what if you had a what if you had a useless superpower? Then what would it be?
A useless superpower. Okay. I want you to tell me and give me an example of like a useless superpower.
So here's what I would do. If I had a useless superpower, what I would do is I would be able to look at a laptop, and I would be able to plug every USB cord in without using my hands, but I could only plug in one USB cord at a time, and I had to be like at least I were at the most probably like 6 feet away or less, and that would be my useless superpower.
Hmm. A useless superpower. Let me think. Oh, I got to be a little creative with this one. Hmm. A useless superpower. Probably. I think like a useless superpower would be to like be able to like. I don't think. Yeah, I think a useless superpower would be to like retract your pinkies, I guess.
Oh, I feel like that would okay. I gotcha.
I
I
mean,
feel like that would look like what would that look like? Retracting your your pinky like
I
was
don't know. Just think it like goes in and then out, like kind of like a diglet. Like your pinky would just like go like,
just
and
like a
then like
piglet.
come back out. Yeah.
That's
I,
amazing.
th- I think that would work as a useless superpower, right? Like your pinkies.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
what you'd do with it. Like, yeah,
yeah,
like
exactly.
it would be super useless.
It's
Oh
like,
man.
look what I can do, guys.
Everybody just looks at it and you're like they're going hmm, that looks kind of and it's just like they just like move on or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like like yeah, that's kind of like what I think of for a useless superpower, just like retracting and like retracting your pinkies. That
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and let me ask you this too. So if you were um to let's see. Well, let me ask you, like, what is your favorite vacation spot that you've that you like to visit?
That okay, so like that are you implying that like a vacation spot I've visited before, or like something like I would love to visit if I haven't been there yet?
Something you would love to visit.
Okay, I would honestly, let me think, let me think. To be honest, I've never been to the ocean before in my life, and that's like kind of like one on the bucket list of things I really want to do before like I die, like a kind of thing. Like I have to say, like somewhere like a very like tropical island where like the where like the water's clear, the fruit is bountiful, like and like it's like a paradise kind of place. Just like yeah, it would have to be like somewhere like like a tropical island, somewhere in the tropics, like that, like somewhere tropical is like somewhere I'd love to like vacation to. It's really hard to say. Like maybe I don't know, like I've heard a lot of good stories about like the Dominican Republic and stuff like that. So I'd love to go like visit like the tropical like side of that, like one of those like beaches and whatnot. That's somewhere I'd love to vacation to. One of my
Yeah,
dreams, honestly. Yeah.
it sounds yeah, it sounds really nice. Um, I haven't really been to. I don't think I've ever been to. No, 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 no. I haven't been to a tropical island before, but no, that would be kind of cool. Visiting that as like one of my vacation spots. I feel like Canada would also be a very good vacation spot, and yeah, but
Oh, there's so many places like I think you'd love to like visit here. If you're are you much of like an outdoorsy person? Like do you like camping at all or anything like that or
yeah,
like hiking, exploring?
I'll be honest, I'm pretty indoorsy, but like every once in a while, I wouldn't mind doing like you know going to an event that might be outdoors, like maybe visiting like Christmas lights or something like that. Now I know Canada is like one of the most freezing places that you can visit in the wintertime, so like that would be kind of a little bit of a kind of a risk taker there, like going to Canada and then having to layer up, not even sure if that'll work, but
Yeah.
I guess it would be worth a try.
Yeah, like there's tons of places to visit. Like yeah, like if you're into wintry kind of stuff, like definitely like like come by in the winter and try out like the like the ski resorts and whatnot. But like there's so many places like east to west that you can see, and it's all like different like culturally wherever you go and stuff like that. And then like the further north you go, like the more like desolate and isolated it gets too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get kind of crazy up there because like especially if there's a blizzard going on up in like Canada or so anywhere in Canada, then it would just be you probably wouldn't want to be out there. So
Yeah, the blizzards, the mosquitoes are well, the mosquitoes in the summers, that's for
yeah,
sure. But like the bears and stuff like that, like the wildlife, yeah,
yeah, um, yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. So now, let's do this here. We're gonna move into the shape shifting questions, and so, you did say
hey,
you're gonna
all
be
right.
a shapeshifter, and so now, since we're kind of on that topic, if you could shapeshift into any food, what would it be?
Any food,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to be like so the food has to be like already like prepared and made and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that, like something that's prepared, something that's already been cooked, or maybe not cooked. Could be could be nuts. It could be like, maybe Italian food or something.
I think, I think, I think. Let me see. I think it would be like a really nice like fully stuffed Are you familiar with sushi at all? I think it'd be like a really nice sushi platter. That's what I'd be. I would shapeshift into a really beautiful, gorgeous, tasty sushi platter.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Gotcha. Maybe I think I would. That's interesting. That's that's very interesting. I feel like transforming into tortellini would be my cup of tea. Um,
Tortellini. I mean,
tortellini.
tortellini's delicious. You can never go wrong with tortellini.
You
I
can never.
love tortellini.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with it. Um,
Never, never, ever.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like I've always loved, especially like Giovanni. I don't know. Have you ever had
Oh,
Giovanni,
Giovanni, like
the
the
brand?
eighth gym leader in Pokemon.
No, the brand.
The brand. No, I've never heard of Giovanni.
Oh man, their fresh tortellini is so good, man. It it is.
Wait, fresh tortellini, like wait. So is it like a brand, like something you can buy at like a store or something like that,
Yeah,
or?
yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
brand that you can buy at the store, and they refrigerate the tortellini. You still got to boil it, of course, but like when you get it and when you boil it in water and take it out, it's like it's much better than box flavored tortellini. It's really
Right.
good.
Dang, I'll have to I've never heard of it, but I'm pretty sure like if I were to look around at some of the grocery stores, I could find it maybe. But like I'll have to keep my eye out for them and take a look then. 'Cause I love fresh pasta. I even like making my own fresh pasta too. Cooking is one of my favorite things.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's yeah. Yeah. Cooking fresh foods is just. I don't know. So when I was younger, I didn't used to like it, but man, like now it's just like, okay, I can do that. I can cook up maybe, a meal like, let's just name it like another random example, like pad thai or something like that. I wouldn't mind that. As long as it's
Oh
simple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can like cooking isn't that hard. Like sure like it's messy because of like dishes and whatnot, but I mean like it's worth it in the end because you can cook you can just like do anything you want with it. Not like, rely on someone else to do it for you. You can just like make it taste like, however you want. I love it.
Saves money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to go out today. Yeah, no, I'll just cook my own thing. Um
Yeah.
so one last question here. And then we'll dive right into this streaming specific questions. If you, excuse me, if you transformed into an anthropomorphic animal, maybe some other than, let's just say other than Yoshi, all right,
Right.
um, whether it be like based on a real animal or maybe a fantasy creature, what would it be?
Oh, it could be a fantasy creature.
Yeah,
Oh, it'd be a dragon, dude. I'd be a dragon hands down.
ooh, dragon, yeah. Well, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'll go dragon. Yeah, dragons. Hell yeah, dude. Like they're OP.
Yeah, they really are. They can be really like useful in a lot of situations where, especially if they have to defend themselves and whatnot. That would
Right?
that would be
And
super.
imagine like the reaction of the general public, like seeing like dragon sightings up in the sky and stuff like that, dude. Like, come on, like I'd have to be a dragon, like become this like mythical like creature. People start making stories and sightings about and stuff like that, and no one would know it's me.
Yeah, it's like once upon a time there was this man named RockPixel, and he was a dragon. And yeah, nah. But nah. If now, who would you room with if you had like an anthropomorphic friend, like a furry friend?
Oh my goodness, a furry friend. Hmm. That's a good question. Let me think. And it can be like, something scaly or like, amphibious or something like that, right? Like, because like, I imagine the fur would get everywhere, or does it have to be something with fur?
It doesn't have to be with fur. It can be anything animal based or creature based character design.
You know what? I think. if an anthropomorphic, hmm, trying to think, yeah, because like the fur would just get everywhere. I could imagine like the shedding and stuff like that. Like you can never rule that out, right? And I
Right.
mean, like something with scales. I mean, like a scaly type would probably need like a really, really like warm environment. So I can imagine like it'd be a little too hot to live around them. So let me think. Trying to think. Let me think. Let me think. I think. You know what? Actually, an anthropomorphic like bird, like maybe a crow. I think a crow would be like really, really chill to live with, honestly.
Ooh.
Like crows
Yeah.
are like really, really intelligent and smart, and they can find like really cool like treasures and stuff like that. And I mean,
Dude.
like they yeah, yeah, like a crow.
He
Yeah,
comes back to your apartment. He goes, "Hey, dude, look what I found."
it just brings out this like gold necklace.
It's like, "Hey, I found an old necklace. You want it?" It was like, "Oh, thanks, I
Oh
guess."
yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you.
Crows hold grudges. Says I mean, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. N or S. I'm sorry, S and US new or I butchered that pretty hardcore, but yeah, like, but crows hold grudges. I guess they could. They seem like the type of bird that would absolutely hate you if you did anything absolutely wrong. So
Yeah, true.
if I were to room with a crow, it probably would. I would say that I would not want to tick them off by any means. Or if I did,
I
I'd just
think
be like, whatever, man. Like, you know what? It happened. It just happened. It's whatever. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I think another one would be also too another creature would probably like an owl, like like they're sleeping during the day and stuff like that, and then they're up at night and whatnot. Like I think like because I'm a night owl myself, I think that they'd be really chill to live with. And they seem to
Oh
be like
yeah,
have like yeah.
yeah. I could see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
actually
actually, yeah, an owl or a crow, both of them pretty equal in terms. I think like an owl or a crow.
yeah. Actually,
Yeah,
I think that is a pretty good idea there. Um, I'd probably be okay with living with an owl.
what about you? What would be your choice, honestly?
I feel like if it had to be other than Yoshi, it would probably be. I mean, I love cats. You know, I mean, I would have to pick a cat, but I've said that quite a few times before in my other streams that I would want to be an anthropomorphic cat. So if it had to be something other than a cat, I would say maybe a ferret.
Ferret, yeah, ferrets are pretty cool. They're really chill.
Yeah, very high energy too. So like they'll mess around and whatnot. I could see them like joking like left and right, and just being,
Yeah,
and so yeah, like if you need that sense of humor, they're the go-to.
yeah, you
But
can never go wrong with a ferret. They're smart. They're sweet. They're also good with getting rid of pests and stuff like that. Like you cannot go wrong with a ferret.
oh shoot, yeah,
Hell yeah.
they'd probably use roach spray if they found they found one of those pests.
They'd be just like me. Oh my god, I can't stand pests like that. Ugh, yuck.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine though. That would be like he'd be doing not ferrets. No, ferrets are not. They're a 3-year old in an embodiment of an animal. If you don't give them the attention, they destroy your stuff. So like they would probably like an anthropomorphic ferret would probably just like grab my desktop and he would be like, "You're not talking to me, man. I need an ear."
Oh my
And
god,
just
they'd be
like
like a toxic roommate. Oh my god.
just like imagine like all the guns that he has in his arms, and I'd be like, "Are you gonna pay for that?" I gotta call insurance now.
Yeah, I think it'd be probably be like a very like passive aggressive roommate if you don't like give them attention and stay high enough and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, something like that, man. Something like that.
What do you
Uh,
think would be the worst anthropomorphic type of animal to live with?
a dog, either a dog or
Dog,
a gold
dog.
a blue and gold macaw. I don't know which one. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with a blue and gold macaw, a parrot, because I don't know what
All right.
they just like. they just like to scream for I don't know what reason. So like I could be doing maybe let's
Oh
say
yeah, they'd also be like mimicking you too, just taunting you.
yeah, just taunting me, or they yeah, they just imagine they like mimic one of my catchphrases, and they just go, well, let's see how this goes. Oh, ho, ho, look at me, I'm Seven Devin. Let's see how this goes.
Or you'd be like, "Yeah, do the go. Can you please do the dishes?" And like, "Can you please do the dishes?" And just mimicking it, like you every time that you like ask them to like do something and stuff like that, just to fuck with you.
Yeah. Hey, you wanna take out the trash while I do the dishes myself? Oh, you want to take out the trash? You want to take it? And then you just go, come on,
That would
just
be
do it.
that would be one of the worst. Yeah, I agree with you there. That would be one of the worst. I think if like let's see, what animal would probably be the worst to live with? It'd probably be like hmm, a chihuahua.
Oh,
Like
Chihuahua.
just loud all the time and barking, like yelling at like everything. I think that'd be like the drama queen type of like roommate, honestly. Just
Oh
constantly
gosh,
always has to be like their way and stuff like that.
my
Yeah,
way or
very
no
clingy.
way. It's like,
I think yeah, chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be something there. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with either a cat or a ferret. That's gonna be my answer right there.
Yeah, owl
Yeah.
or crow. They'd be the most chill.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into the streaming specific questions. And so if you don't mind me asking here, Rock, so how long have you been streaming for?
Oh, how long have I been streaming for? A good question. I think since like it was around 2020 or 2021,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. I'd have to like look back. I think it yeah, somewhere around 2020 2021 is when I started. It was around like when the pandemic was going on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people started that then, but excuse me, but like yeah, like it was that was a time where everybody was going, you know, I don't have anything to do and this is the only thing I'm going to do. And like a lot of there's a quite a bit of streamers who kind of they just didn't really they kind of sank and they ended up not swimming. But I mean, you've ended up swimming. Like you got a freaking you got an artist who like it really helped out with your quality production, which I absolutely love. And just like the character that comes with your streams has been just I mean it's like super high quality stuff. And so always it's always super nice to hang out and whatnot. So
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Like it's been like a lot of work and like when I first started streaming, like I was literally like using like my actual face and doing like giveaways. I was like on camera and all that kind of stuff. And then like I don't know what it was, but like I started like I noticed that there was like those like VTubers and stuff like that, and I saw like the 3Ds and like the hand movements and stuff like that, and I was thinking like
yeah.
I want to do that. I want to get that. Like I want to like get into that and get that done, right? So like I had like these like Yoshi themed like emotes with like the little like custom like Yoshi with his little purple sweater and the glasses and everything, right? So then I thought like, what if I did that and then like got it made like it was like an older model, like completely different than like the one I use now, and then like I was using that for the longest time, and then got to like a different 3D model, like got like yeah, everything just like really like changed and evolved, like and like like I don't know, like it's just like it's always like a lot of work and like it it was a lot of progress, a lot of like trial and error and everything like that. And I just feel like I've gotten to like the kind of spot where like I like to be in, need to be in stuff, and I'm always like working on things and constantly improving, and like like things might change in like the next year or so, like with improvements and with like new technologies that come out and whatnot, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's been quite a bit of tech that's came out since 2020. Like 2020, there's not a whole lot of webcams of good webcams. Like there was Nexigo, there was Nextgo was actually pretty good, but like there's other cams that you could purchase, but they weren't very high quality. And nowadays it's like we got a lot more, and I'm still trying to get the and I almost said that like maybe I'm like getting impatient here. I'm not trying to sound impatient, but I am still getting the or aiming to get the Elgato webcam, the face cam MK2, which that webcam looks good. But for now, I mean, I have a Logitech, and it's good. It's just it's got a lot of grain in it, and I yeah, even on a phone you can see that there's quite a bit of like animated noise on the webcam. No matter, and I've explored with like different lights, different lighting, different situation, different settings, is what I meant to say, different lighting and settings, and it was kind of like yeah, nothing was really resolving the issue. So and even like trying to get rid of the noise in Premiere Pro, like even just the slightest bit of an
Right.
adjustment made the background. And one of my, I don't know if you saw any of my my shout out videos on YouTube, but just the slightest bit of adjustment to the grain would make the background look like it was AI generated, and I was like, I don't really want that at all. Uh,
Okay, here's a question for you. Have you ever tried like those applications where you can just like use your phone as a webcam?
I have done that before. I used to do that, and then I moved on to actually like using a webcam for the PC, but it wasn't like uh, what was I saying? I'm losing my train of thought for some reason. But anyway, yeah. So I've tried that before. I've used my phone. Honestly, my phone is kind of better as a webcam compared to the Logitech. So probably a good idea that I use that next video. But until I get the Elgato face cam. But yeah.
Yeah, the like what I found like instead of like because like a lot of like webcams I noticed like they tend to have like a lot of that film grain and stuff, but like what I found is like those webcam like applications where you connect your Wi-Fi with like your phone and then it connects to your like PC in a way where like you can actually like use your like phone camera as like a webcam and you can actually get like the full like good quality like 60 FPS and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good webcams. Elgato has software that actually controls the ISO settings, and that's really what I want my hands on. But I think that's also a good suggestion too. I think I should probably do that next time I make a like a shadow video. I should be like, let's get a webcam. Let's get my phone, excuse me, and use it as a webcam. So I used to do that. I just like somewhere along the lines, I stopped actually making that happen. Um, but yeah, so but that's pretty much, I don't know, that's pretty much the route that it took. I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it, but um yeah. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. What made you want to stream, and like what's keeping you motivated?
Okay. I never like back then. Like I was never like really much of like a Twitch person or anything like that. But like a friend of mine at the time, like we're not really friends anymore or like talk or anything like that. We had like a bit of like stupid like fallout that happened, but like no matter, like water under the bridge, it's its own thing. But like that friend at the time, he was like live streaming on Twitch. He had his own like community going on and all that kind of stuff. And he asked me like come stop by and like support him and all that kind of stuff. So I made an account and tuned into his streams, interacted, like I participated in all that kind of stuff, right? And then like he was like he was just like you should like give live streaming a chance. Like you have the personality for it. Like you should like actually like I'll help you set some stuff up and you can get like live streams going and on all that kind of stuff on your end, right? So like he helped me get like all the stuff set up. I didn't use OBS. It was like that Streamlabs one at the time and whatnot. So he helped me get that all set up and then I started doing like some streams because and at the time I was like really like playing a lot of Fortnite, like a lot of it, right? So like I stream myself with like face cam and all that kind of stuff with like doing some Fortnite and whatnot, and then like I was doing some like giveaways, like kind of basically like doing like a speed run of like getting affiliate. So I did like the V-Bucks giveaways and like gift card giveaways and whatnot, and like like adding people into like the the like what was it like basically what happened was like anytime like people like followed during stream and all that kind of stuff, like every hour like I'd be like, okay, well, like who wants to participate in the draw, and then like I write down everyone's names who was like in the chat and channel and all that kind of stuff, and then like I basically like give away like V-Bucks cards, gift cards, like for like all the draws and whatnot. And then I got affiliate within like a few weeks, and then did like a lot more streaming of like Fortnite, and then did some like Minecraft, like opened up a Minecraft world for everyone to play on, and then just like kind of like shied away from like a lot of that and started doing like more variety of games, like classic games and like games I've never played before and all that kind of stuff. And then yeah, I just got like way into it, and then like I built like a whole community with it and all that kind of stuff. And it's just been
Yeah.
like sticking with me since. Yeah, I never thought I'd ever like become a live streamer or do anything like that. But I just kind of felt like, oh, this is natural. Like this is like similar to like kind of like the stuff I was like really interested in like high school and whatnot. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was younger, when I was playing Smash 4 when that was still around or a thing, I remember sometimes I'd be playing for glory mode and I guess I would just kind of like fantasize myself as being kind of a streamer. But I didn't think I was actually ever going to be streaming by any chance. I thought, oh well, you just got to have like a really professional, I don't know, like you have to be hired on Twitch or something weird like that, but no, it's not how it works. Um and then funny enough, here I am.
Oh, dude, like uh it's interesting because like everybody has their own like different like motivations and like inspirations for like like how they got into streaming and stuff like that, like and like did when you first started, like what did you first started streaming on? Did you get like a whole bunch of equipment right away, or did you start off like on like a gaming PC, like laptop or anything like that?
So for me, excuse me. No, the coughing is real. But for me, it's like I'm hoping I'm not having like one of those. It's like one of those coughing fits where I'm just like goodly. But uh, now that we hopefully got that out of the way, but to answer that question, like, I started off with the laptop, and it was decently decently powerful, and it wasn't powerful enough to deal with all the transitions and all the um like graphics that I have right now, or any
Yeah.
like waveforms or anything super cool like that. But then, like one day, my father decided, you know what, I need something, because he had the 64 gigabyte RAM PC, which is this one right here. He goes,
Oh, damn.
I know, right? He goes, I really need to upgrade my RAM on this PC because he was using like super powerful equipment, and it was just like he he was working After Effects and doing all this other just, stuff. So it was kind of crazy that he needed an upgrade even after 64 gigabytes of RAM. So he goes, I'm gonna sell you this PC. It wasn't like a free thing or anything, but he goes, I'm gonna sell you this PC. I was like, okay, cool. So that'll be a deal. And I'm thinking, I hope he's making the right decision. I thought, well, what am I worrying about? Like, this is a desktop. This is a good deal. It was just a matter of trying to set everything up on the desktop and having like actually get um, used uh, to an actual desktop, and not like going, because my laptop used to be like right in this corner here, just outside of my webcam frame, and so
Right.
I used to always have to go, um like I would if I ever did have to, oh, that was when I was keeping my scoreboard, that's right, for Smash Brothers. And so like I would type in, okay, he's got like 1 point, he's got the other point, and I had like face away from the webcam. It was just kind of um it was kind of decently. At least to me, it was pretty awkward. And then I was going, when I got this desktop, took a little getting used to too, but it was just so much better than going in, like having to huddle into a corner or anything like that. And
Yeah.
my mic was like, this mic right here was, it wasn't even the same mic, but it was a condenser mic, I remember, and so it was on this side, and so it would be kind of like blocking my a part of my shoulder when I was like streaming, and so I'd have to lean over this way, and but obviously, but so it was a different setup. I still had the same monitor that I use, but like at the time, the whole screen was the game, was the gaming. Yeah, it was the game, and so it was kind of interesting going into a picture-in-picture mode once they did get this desktop, because I was wondering like, where do I put the picture-in-picture? And so when I forgot my, actually, you know what, I forgot my webcam um was on the opposite side of the desk, so I'm kind of getting my wires crossed a little bit, but the webcam here was there, and so I was going, you know what, the picture, the gaming picture should be on the right side of my monitor, so that way I'm not looking this way when the webcam is that way, and then it was just this whole thing of trying to plan like how my stream is going to work, now that I had this desktop. So it was an adventure deciding on what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I started with like a little like gaming laptop too, like one of those like 1050 ones built in. But then like as I started getting to VTubing and stuff, it was just like, okay, this can't like really run it much. And then like I invested in like a tower and upgraded it with like the graphics card and the CPU and everything. Like I went through a period of time where like I basically for a couple of months like lived off of like canned beans and like cheap hot dogs from Walmart and stuff like that, just so I could like save up enough money to like like buy the processor and the GPU I needed, and I think it was worth it. It was the sacrifices like I needed to make.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you need to make those sacrifices. Speaking of, so kind of circling back to the webcam, what kind of webcam did you have?
Oh, what kind of webcam is this thing? It's like I don't. It was like it's like one of those like cheapy ones that I got like from Walmart that like I usually use for VTubing and whatnot. But like sometimes like if I'm like talking to someone like I know very well when I'm like using my real face and whatnot, I'll just like I'll use a program like Erie and webcam with like my phone and everything, so I can just use my phone webcam and like be in like a lot better quality and whatnot.
Yeah,
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 so like yeah, when it comes to like the 3D part of like VTubing, you don't need like a high quality webcam or anything like that. Like just make sure you got some like decent lighting where it can like actually like track your like face and your eyes and mouth movement and whatnot.
that makes sense. Yeah, because without any like key lights or anything, that's like, well, I don't know, where are you at, man? I can't tell. Like, I think I'm seeing a face. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, okay. Um, so what was your community like, but back then when you first started streaming it, and then like how is it now?
Back then it was like a lot of like close friends that like I knew in like person and stuff like that. And then like and then like some people like that were like that originally found me and like and stuck around and whatnot as well. So it was like a really like tiny community. Like most of us just like played like Fortnite together, messaged each other to like help each other out whenever like we needed like help with something stream wise or just like needed someone to talk to and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't like where it was at now, where like we usually got like calls like going on like all the time, like almost every night and stuff like that. Like I didn't always like have like like big events posted in there. Like I was like a noob at like a lot of that kind of stuff. So like it was just like mostly just like people I knew like in person and whatnot. And then like eventually like as like things grew on like my side and stuff like that. Like they got busy with like other things. I got busy with like my own things, like, and I moved away and all that kind of stuff too. And then yeah, the community just like grew, kind of like grew from there. Like they're still like, you know, the OG people that like, you know, hung around and all that kind of stuff. They're still there, and I talk to them and message them from like, you know, like time to time and stuff like that. But they're mostly like doing their own thing, and I'm doing my own thing. Got like, yeah, we're just things just changed since then and whatnot. But like, you know, there's still yeah. I feel like I'm tripping over my words, but I hope I articulated that enough.
You're all good. You're all good. And now while you're saying all that, I'm updating the description here, and because I forgot to look at my list of things that I actually needed to do before I started up this podcast. So that's all on me there. But and so yeah, I mean it's kind of, you know, it's yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing like how your community really builds up, and like how it, you know, it really just kind of evolves from there, and then you just start seeing like more and more people you know, just regularly uh start coming, and then, you know, you get some of the some guys who are just like super committing to your stream, and some of them like they'll even go like, I'm gonna donate, and you're like, oh cool, thanks dude. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool, you know. It's really cool. That's the thing that's one of the things that's nice about Twitch. Not the thing, but it is very very nice. So um but yeah, yeah, like mine was kind of like I didn't get much of an audience when I first started, but it's, you know, just kind of like other streamers who start off, you know, their chats are like very you know, quiet, and mine was also quiet. And so um yeah, and I mean, it'd be like from time to time, I would see, you know, somebody come in, and you know, they would start talking, but the people who did come in were, because there would be people coming in to, you know, have, you know, face off and like the Smash Brothers, excuse me, Smash Brothers Ultimate, and so that was great, but they weren't really is super conversational at the time, but now it's like we can pretty much talk about almost anything. You know, it can be a pretty good variety of things, although then again, I won't say that's 100% true, because I tried to talk about something else last Thursday. What was it, last Thursday night, and nobody responded. I was like, okay, yeah, nobody wants to talk about my cat chasing a laser or something like that. But yeah, just to name something totally, you know, totally random. Um, but
You
yeah,
can always talk about like really anything on stream. Like, you know, there's always people that would be like, you know, interesting. You know, like, oh dang, he spent time with his cat playing, like, using the laser pointer and all that kind of stuff, right? It's like little things like that. Like, it's no big deal. Like even I talk about like just like, you know, small little things that like aren't like, you know, really like meaningful and stuff like that. But like, you know, they're like little events like that you can always like build off of like different, like, you know, discussions off of it too and stuff like that, right?
yeah, they aren't cat people though. I'm just messing around, but
You know what I mean. Just give an example.
I tease. But yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, like what was when you first started Twitch streaming? What was one thing you totally did not expect on Twitch?
When I first, okay. When I first started Twitch streaming, what did I not expect?
Yeah,
Man, I think it's just like the community aspect of it and stuff like that. Like, I never expected to just like kind of like, I don't want to be like cheesy and be like, you know, oh, like my own like little like family and all that kind of stuff. But like the whole thing of like, you know, getting like this like, you know, small following, you know, like being able to like relate with like the people that come and hang out in like the streams and when and chat and stuff like that. Like you learn from them and they learn from you, and then like, you know, like it's just like being like a small streamer, like like there's always those big ones that are just like, oh yeah, they're just like parasocial relationships and stuff like that. But just like being the small one, like you got like a few people that like come in and chat and hang out and stuff like that. But there's like, you know, those people that like, you know, like to hang out outside of like the streams and like chat about like life and like play other games and all that kind of stuff. And like I never thought like I'd get to the point where like I'd build like a community where I'd be like close to people where like they'd send me like some like fan mail and stuff like that, and I'd open it on stream, and like I get like letters and like and like certain gifts and stuff like that from like other people that I networked with, and like help and like supported them along like their streaming journey a bit and stuff like that too. Like I never thought like I'd get to the point where it's like I
Yeah.
yeah built this, I guess. Yeah, it's just never something I'd expect, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's still just blows my mind, like the like what like how, like what streaming is like, and like what being yourself is like, and like the kind of like things you can like create with a community, and like the dedication of like people, and like the love like they have and all that kind of stuff. It's great. Like I learned so much from everyone that comes in. They're all from like different parts of the planet, and like different like countries and states and provinces and stuff like that. And it's so interesting to like learn from them and learn about them and all that kind of stuff. And like it's great. Like it's I love socializing with people, and that's one of the things I love about it. It lets me experience the world without having to like leave my room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It is nice. It's very, very nice. And yeah, like people are they I mean, people on Twitch are just like they really do like to express um what's a good word for it? Like they do like to express that where they're like, hey, this is a good community, they can be very complimenting. They can be all sorts of good personality and whatnot. So yeah, like it's really it's just it's people on Twitch are generally nice. And so yeah, and yeah, so but before I get myself on a in a loop here, which might be a little too late to say that,
So good.
like I'm trying to
I
find
like
more.
how I like how your cat's like your cat is like right behind you on your chair now, and then all of a sudden my cat's like just came out of nowhere and started sitting on my lap. So we both got like cats here.
Yeah, gotta
They
love
want to be
it.
part. They want to be part of the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, they want to be part of the podcast and whatnot. Um, yeah, this one like he'll go around and every time I come home, almost every time I come home, he will just greet me at the door, and it's
Aw,
amazing. Yeah, I love it. And
yeah,
he's
that's like my cat too. Like, what's your kitty's name? How old is he?
Chester. He is about a
Chester.
little over 4.5 years old.
Aw, he's still a young little guy.
He is. He is
Yeah,
young.
he looks like he looks like he adores you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. And then he has those moments at 11 at night. He has this really interesting um curfew where he's like or a routine rather, like he has a routine where he just goes, I don't want you touching me, I don't want you doing, I just want to be left alone, and I want to sleep. And if I get woken up, I'm just gonna be like, hey, what is your problem? What is your, I'm trying to, yeah. And then he does the same thing. He used to do the same thing to me like all the time, and I think I got him trained pretty well. But yeah. um so um I kind of reeling it back into the thing that we didn't expect in the Twitch streaming, like, so what I've noticed on Twitch is that my community, so there's streamers out there who they kind of have to they really have to work their creative muscle and come up with like all sorts of unique events and whatnot, and ways to entertain while they're gaming. And some of it might be crowd control, or some of it might also be like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and while I'm playing this game, I need to I forget the exact thing that this guy was doing. It was like something to do with playing with his controller upside down, or maybe he was like juggling like two balls or something like that. I don't remember, but Anyway, just people do some crazy stuff, and so I tried doing stuff something like that early in my Twitch streams, and I remember I was trying to reach my one of my goals, and so once I did reach that goal, I remember my audience, uh they were just like, they were not about it, and I was like, what? Like, okay, so what happened was, I had a goal where if I got this amount of subscribers, then I would play Smash Ultimate with a blindfold. And at the time, my audience didn't say much about it, but I was thinking, okay, well, let's reach that goal and let's start doing it. And then finally, I did, and I put the blindfold on, and only one person was totally okay with it, and everybody else was like, "Nah, dude, take the blindfold off. I want to get sweaty over here." And I was like, "Okay, all right, fine." Nobody liked that subscriber goal, so that was a fail. But it. And I'm also looking at my notes, and I was looking at old man mode where I'd imitate an old man. So one time I actually asked a person, I asked him, so what would you do? It was a viewer on streaming. He said, what would you do if I started imitating an old man on stream? And he goes, I would get the heck out of your stream. And I thought,
Damn, what?
it's like, okay, all right, fair, fair. So yeah, that wasn't really much of a, so for what that comes to say that my audience is there, like they are there for the interaction, and then they're also there for competitive events, and they don't really want anything fancy. They just want to compete. They want to talk. They want to see really good graphics, and that's it. So
Yeah.
that's what I learned over the years, and I did not, over the years, over the months, maybe, I guess I can say over the months. Yeah, so that was something that I totally did not at all expect on Twitch at all. So um uh yeah,
You
so
meet a lot of interesting people, that's for sure.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Twitch is a mixed bag of nuts. You never know like what you're gonna get in there.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. I agree. Until you get what you get, and then you know your audience, and then you know what they want, and kind of what
Yeah.
you want too. It's like a mix of, as long as you're happy, you know what they want, and you're kind of gonna do what they want if you're happy with doing it, and if it's part of your target audience. Um, you know, uh, some people have made suggestions, and I've taken them too. Yeah, and then what you want to do and what your goals are, and your own creative ideas. So it's a mix. But yeah, moving on from that, what inspired your aesthetics in your streams, like your stream UI designs and your moats, so on and so forth.
Okay. All right. It's just I really, really, really love like the designs of like arcadey kind of like nightclub like cyberpunk kind of like vibes, I guess. So like like the neon lights in like like a big city with like like brick walls and stuff, like a grungy kind of like aesthetic and whatnot. So like it's kind of like that kind of like vibe I like to go for. That like where where it's just like like a futuristic like cyber like kind of area. Like it's just I love like the purple, the blue lights, like the neons, like the underground like kind of like bar setting, and like the yeah, it's just a combination of that, I guess. Like I love like that kind of music where it's just like party music, house music, like synth kind of a synth wave kind of music. So I kind of like hodgepodge that and like mix it all like together to make like a nightclub kind of scene. I get like theme for the stream, I guess you can say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put the dino in the futuristic setting.
Yeah. Like it's just that's the kind of thing I like. It's like not too distant future, like cyber, like well, not cyber, but like just the party nightclub kind of theme, I guess you can say. Yeah, like a nightclub.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I always loved it. I always loved the different like color palettes especially yours in your streams, like when you have the purple sort of magenta theme, and then combine that with uh the cyan or theme and whatnot, and like the background and stuff is looking pretty good. Man, I love it, man. I'm all about it. So
yeah. It took a while for me to come up with like the right theme for it, but like now that I got it, like I'm really content with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
um
Like I said before, there's always still like room for improvements and stuff. I still got like more stuff to like work on.
Always,
Yeah.
always. Um, so what inspired? I know we've talked about this in your stream, but for those who don't know, what inspired your OC's character design?
My OC's character design.
Yeah, your Yoshi's character design.
I've always thought Yoshi was the coolest. He was always like my favorite character. Always like like the display pic. Okay, so there's this picture that's always like floating around online that I used for a display picture for the longest time, and it was just like this Yoshi just kicking back with like these like pointed sunglasses on, and
Yeah,
so like a lot of my friends kind of a lot of my friends like kind of like memed on me saying like calling me like the Yoshi and all that kind of stuff, right? So like I just went with it and then just like kind of like took that and just like gave him like a little like purple sweater, like the bandana, the bandit on the nose, kind of like taking inspiration from like the characters from like Paper Mario, right? And then like add some freckles on him, like gave him his own like little like personality and stuff. Like there's also like red socks on me too, like I
yeah,
like the red and white like striped socks like that come out of the shoes too and stuff like that. So it's just like little accessories to like make them stand out, but not like go too crazy with them and whatnot. Like kind of like a little more like down to earth kind of like design, and that's just like what I kind of like went with, and I feel like it just like suits my personality well, and uh, it's what stuck ever since, to be honest. Like I just like took the meme of everybody referring me as a Yoshi, like incorporated as an emote on the channel, turned it into like a VTubing model, and then like this is where I'm at.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude. I
a
gotta
meme that went too far.
no, yeah. I mean, I gotta say that. Um, dude,
It is. It
the
is. It
the
literally is.
the season. I don't know if it went too far. I don't know. I gotta disagree with that. But I'll say that the shoes and socks, man, they got drip.
Yeah, I love them. I love them. I had to add some like socks on there. I took
Yeah.
inspiration for the socks from the artwork from the Superstar Saga games, like the ones that like Luigi wears. So I thought like, oh, I should add those on.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Luigi socks. It's like Yoshi goes, hey, I got the same brand of socks as you do. I stole them. But yeah, like so who's I know you said you have like another artist. I know who that artist is, but for the podcast sake, like who's so oh, that was my browser audio. Yeah, you guys can't hear that anymore, and I came very prepared for that. So who's your artist on for your Twitch channels? Yeah.
Okay, so I got three of them. There's three. So there
Okay.
is Astrenix. She is the one that helped me create the original design. Like it was before like I added the bandana and like the band-aid and all that other kind of stuff. It was just basically like a Yoshi with like the purple sweater and like the sunglasses at the time. So she is the one that like made like the design and like the original like emotes that you can see on the channel. You can tell by like her art style and whatnot, right? And then there's my three. There is then there's Echo. He or no, sorry. I can't. How did I do this again? Yes. Okay. So then what I did was like I went to Fiverr and okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to say four, but I can't remember the other guy's name because he kind of went like MIA. I can't find him anymore. But like
Mm.
I went to Fiverr and asked this like 3D modeler freelancer to like help make the emote into like a 3D model. So it was like like before the one that was today. There was like an older one, a lot like smaller and stuff like that, but didn't
Hmm.
have like a lot of like the any of the like the eye movements and whatnot and whatnot. So I used that one for the longest time, and then I found another 3D modeler and asked them like, hey, can you help me make like a new model and whatnot, but like add in like these accessories. So I told him like the details and everything, and he got to work and made like the current like 3D model that I got now, right? And then Echo, he showed up like out of nowhere, and he became a fan of the channel. We became like really good friends and whatnot, and he created like a profile picture for me based on my character my character design, and I used it as like for like the one that you see on Twitch, and I use it for like everything else, even like my phone background. And then we got the idea to like turn it into like a PNG model, and he's been doing like he worked hard, like he basically like did all like the design for like the PNG model, and I started utilizing like that for stream as well. So it just like it was just like an evolving process like over time and whatnot. Like so it's like multiple artists. There's like yeah, there's a Strenex. She did the original design, and then there's the person from Fiverr. I like totally went MIA. Like I said, like I can't remember his name for like the original 3D model, and then like the new 3D model was made by Pollock. He's in the Discord, and then and then there's Echo. He came up with the like the drawing the art interpretation of it.
Yeah, and your 2D PNG tuber is a pretty recent uh thing, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, like
How
it's very recent. Like I started using it like a couple weeks ago actually.
nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I'm using it currently like mainly for the right now, but like the 3D isn't gone, like it's still like here and stuff like that, but it's just I'm trying to get like a little more like used to like the whole 2D feature and stuff like that before like I implement like having both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if he had to like change your character's species from a Yoshi, what would it be?
Uh, okay, so if I like got DMCA'd by like Nintendo and I had to like change and stuff like that, I think I'd still like because I couldn't use Yoshi anymore, I'd have to go with like some type of like lizard or maybe like a raptor. Like I'm thinking like maybe like a raptor would
Hmm.
probably be like the my best bet to be honest. Like going with like a raptor.
Hmm.
Yeah, like a raptor design. I'd
Yeah,
have to go with a raptor. Yeah, raptor is
raptor,
probably like the closest I can go to.
dude, a raptor. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd go for a raptor. Hell yeah, that'd be a
raptor.
cool looking raptor.
That sounds like a good idea. A raptor.
Yeah.
Hmm. Cool, cool. A raptor. What makes you want to go with raptor?
Because they're still because it's like everybody's like used to like the dinosaur design. I think dinosaurs are really cool, and like raptors, like I kind of like I think they're like neat looking. Like they're fast. They're
Yeah.
fast dinosaurs. They're like carnivorous and like dangerous species. But like I kind of like the design of them. So like you can do anything with them as well. So like you can add like different spots and like colors and stripes and all that kind of stuff. So like yeah, I definitely go for a raptor, and I can like go for something like brand new and be a little more like spicy and creative. Well, not spicy, but like creative with it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah,
I've seen some people actually like remake Yoshi's species into like a raptor. So I forgot that was a thing on Twitter, but some people have actually done that.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look that up and take a look.
Yeah, yeah. There's some interesting interpretations of it. Definitely something worth checking out. I would recommend it. Um, what but aside from that, like was what was your most memorable? I always want to say memorable, but memorable moment on in your streaming career.
Oh man, there's so many of them. Oh my god. Oh man.
What
Oh
was your most
dude.
recent one?
Okay, there was a few. Okay, there was the one time like several like oh yeah like last year. when my friend Rune, he sent me a Dakamura, like a Yoshi Dakamura cover, and like a handwritten letter. And I started bawling on stream. I had to like turn the camera away and like take like a few minutes to collect myself and stuff. So I think that was like, one of the moments when I was like doing like the package opening and stuff like that. I just started like bawling my eyes out. Like I was like really moved to tears, and so, and it kind of like,
Yeah.
changed like a lot of things in me mentally, to like my trajectory to like, be like, a much better streamer than I currently was and stuff like that, and like, like be, like lot more humbler and all that kind of stuff. And another time that like really like that I remember that was also recent was when I was like playing Fallout. um and I got like sub bombed with like, oh my god, I can't remember how many it was. It was like 70 or 80 subs that night. That was like the most I've ever seen, like ever on
What?
like a stream. Yeah, like I got sub bombed like crazy one night. Yeah, and that
Wow.
kind of like took me out of my debt pit, and also like allowed me to like pantry full of groceries the next month when that payout happened. So yeah,
Wow.
like I think that was like one of the moments that really stuck out, because I was able to, because like I was struggling for a bit with like food and stuff like that, and then like
Wow.
all of a sudden payout happened. I was just like, fuck yeah, I can pay off the last like money that I owed, and then I was able to like fill up my pantry and get like lots and lots of food.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big blessing.
Yeah,
Dang.
it was great. I'm forever thankful for like, the people that like, were involved with that and stuff. That was an amazing like like, night that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, those are the two biggest things that I remember. Like my friend making me cry on stream, and then just like, yeah, like getting sub bombed.
Yeah. Dang.
What about you? What's the most memorable thing that happened to you on stream?
My most recent one was my on my 3 year anniversary stream. We're going back to Smash Ultimate again, but I was collaborating on my 3 year anniversary stream the entire time uh, with I don't know if you've heard of Neo Fox. Have you heard of him?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Oh, okay. Well, he's another streamer. He's actually a couple streamer with another with his spouse Tori, and so
Nice.
we were having a competitive crew battle with Neo and of course his crew, and so the very last um or a match that we had. So he was one of my crew members was playing Rob, and I think they were up like 10 people or 10 stocks. Like it was like 10 stocks, which is what is three minus or three, but math is a very weak topic for me. But anyway, there was a few people. So there was a few people who were on his team. We only had one, so I mean, the guy who was known as Emerald Kid, he made really the most amazing comeback, honestly. Like, and he just took everybody else out single handedly. And I remember there's this one person, last person on Neo's team played Hero, and you know how like Hero will have the RPG menu.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and so like he used Zoom, and Emerald totally read where that Zoom was going, and he did a Rob up smash. And then timing could not have been any more perfect. Like Hero's here. Here's the up smash, and it just launched him away, and we were all just like screaming at the top of our lungs, and we were just. I mean, we were just like in awe, and we were like, Emerald, how did you do that, man? That was pretty amazing there. So that was definitely it right there.
That's so cool, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, very very memorable. Anyway, what's currently the biggest challenge that you're experiencing on YouTube? I mean, I said YouTube, maybe YouTube or Twitch. I don't even know if you have a YouTube account.
Oh, I do. I got a YouTube. I usually like upload like certain streams and playthroughs and stuff like that on there whenever I got the chance and stuff, and I'm not too like procrastinating about it.
Nice.
My biggest challenge, hmm, to be honest, like my biggest challenge right now is trying to like utilize like other platforms like Twitter. I hardly ever use like YouTube. I hardly ever upload on. I never use TikTok or anything like that. But like I need like my biggest challenge is to like get some more like stuff done in terms of like utilizing other platforms. Like I really want to like upload like more YouTube videos, like not just like gameplay stuff, but like maybe like get some like other like content out there and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I thought about like maybe doing some like cooking videos and or like doing like like maybe some videos that like talking about like certain games like certain like maybe reviews like of like games and stuff like that. Like I like yeah, one of my biggest barriers right now is like trying to like utilize other platforms and make more content and stuff like that outside of just like streaming on Twitch and playing games and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm kind of having a similar issue where I'm trying to find like the time on like Twitter to post some of my shorts on there, and same with Reddit. When wherever there's you know uh, not toxic people. But
Yeah.
yeah, so um, but yeah, that's one of my biggest challenges. The way I'm trying to, and I don't think I'm gonna have to probably try something else because I don't think this is working. But the way I'm trying to overcome that situation uh, is by like scheduling like when certain um when certain like shorts come out on Twitter, so that way it's not like, oh well, I guess I gotta just I just gotta immediately upload all these videos and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't think that's actually working. So I still got to find like another thing that might help me out a lot. Or just post on the weekends. Could do that too.
Yeah.
But sometimes work gets so busy, I'm like, I don't feel like doing anything. So we got that. And then also something I did figure out was like like I would see myself streaming in real time a little bit differently than when I would watch my VODs. I had this really weird like time perception in like real time where my pauses seem to go on longer than they actually do, and so I mean I've paused for like 2 seconds before, and to me it would seem like 30 seconds went by for some I don't know what reason. And so I was thinking, man, I like not even talking that much on stream. And so then I'd watch my own VOD and I'd be like, well, I mean, I did really good, so I just proved myself wrong. And so I've just learned, you know what? I know I don't always feel like uh I don't always feel conversational in real time, but I prove myself wrong every time. It's like pretty much my mindset. It's like every single time. Like I talk way more than I think I did. So odd challenge that I've faced in the past, but yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah.
What yeah, yeah. But
I could totally relate with you there. Like it's like you got to find like things to like talk about, like narrate like everything like you can do whenever you can, like when playing the game and whatnot as well. Like just to try to keep things going that way. That's
yeah,
something I learned. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um what was your this is what was like one of your most annoying technical issues that you've had on stream?
Oh my God, it's always audio, dude. It's always freaking audio. Like making sure like the sources are right, things aren't like echoing, the filters are like where they should be. Like, dude, it's always audio. Like, I'm just gonna say it right now. It's always audio and mics and sounds and all that kind of stuff. It's always a never-ending battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's audio. Hands down, number one, audio.
Yep. Audio, 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 audio. My laptop especially had issues with audio back in the
Like
day.
I don't know how long it was going for, but my stream it was on like my headset mic and not like my actual desktop C-Fi. I can't remember the name of this mic, but I switched it back and like the audio was like back to like crispy how it normally was, and I was like kind of frustrated with myself like how long has this been going on for? So
Right?
I'm extra cautious when it comes to like my sources and like and like making sure my audio settings are just right whenever I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten that way too. Like, why did I not notice that earlier? But yeah, I've always like even just now, I was checking my audio sources just to make sure that everything was that both they could hear both of us, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, audio is a terrible one. It's awful.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm wondering if it has something to do because I have low audio buffering mode turned on my PC, and I'm wondering if that's what's causing my MP3s to not preview sometimes, occasionally. I don't know. Like whenever I have like soundtracks in one of my one of my scenes, like in my intro, for example. Yeah, I don't know. Like the audience can hear it, so I guess that matters. And so
Yeah, that's what matters, right? As long as like your audience can hear it and they're fine with it, like you're good, you're golden.
yeah. Um, my biggest one when I first moved into this apartment, and some people can remember this, is dropped frames. That is so annoying. I remember I'd stream esports events, and so after like multiple esports events, and I'm over here trying to figure out what the heck is going on with my drop frames, and what is happening. Like I would get a message from, and they were cool about it. It wasn't like it wasn't like they don't do like sweatshops or anything like that. That's not them. But they would message me and go, hey, do you know your OBS was dropping frames? I was like, yes, I knew that, but I was trying to figure it out. Um, and so yeah, eventually, you want to know what happened though is so I said I was using a Logitech webcam. Their G Hub has a plugin that for some odd reason it messes with the drop frames on OBS, and it's called OBS integrations. So if you look at OBS integrations within G Hub and turn it off, that's what solved my issue. And
Oh,
yeah, and I was like, man, that it was that thing that whole time. So I was like, I yeah, two months of that. It went on for 2 months, and I'm like, I could not figure it out until like finally I did some more research on it. I just decided, let's just screw it. Let's go on Google and see what I can find. And this lady, I think it was a lady, I don't know, but was on a forum, and she kept saying my OBS keeps crashing every single time I open it. And then she found out, because she was using Logitech equipment, that her OBS integrations on her G Hub was causing OBS to just totally crash. Where me, it was just causing drop frames, and I was like, that's the reason.
there we go.
So yeah, complicated issue, but man, when we got it knocked out, we got it knocked out. So I
Hell
was
yeah.
super happy about that.
You gotta love OBS errors and stuff like that, especially when you like have a whole bunch of plugins and different things like connecting and depending on it, and then all of a sudden it wants an update and everything's broken, and then you gotta like look everything up and fix it. Oh, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you wish people knew more about, like what feature do you wish that people knew more about on your like Twitch streams, like
The feature.
like channel rewards, emotes, something like that, just to name a couple
I'm gonna
examples.
have to say the stream avatars.
Yeah.
People like people need to just I don't know I think I need to find a way for like to direct people to like where the tab is and like how to like utilize it, like use their like points that they catch in the games to like deck out their avatar, do like actions and all that kind of stuff, just like the stuff like that. I guess like some people like know how to use it well, but like a lot of other people, they just like don't know like what it is and its uses and stuff like that. So like that's one thing I guess I could say like is just like the utilization of the stream avatars feature.
That's a good one. Um,
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot you had the stream avatars on the bottom of your screen, but yeah, they look good.
Yeah,
Um,
I love them. They're great. I love the little extra like thing, like instead of like having a little like chat bar on like the screen, like it'll just show like a little bubble of like what people say from their avatars and whatnot. They could just like make decorate them and make them stand out.
yeah, does look nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? How did you discover it? Like, or I guess that's
Oh, a friend of
yeah.
mine that one of my friends that I know in person that streams, he used it for like the longest time and everything. And so I asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like make sure you got like a decent enough processor and extra RAM to use it because it uses up like resources in the background and everything." So like I upgraded my computer, added some extra RAM to it, and like got the program going, and I've been using it for years ever since then. Never, I haven't like taken it off ever since.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it was from a friend of mine basically.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I bring up channel rewards. That's kind of what I wish more people knew about. And so it's funny. Like the biggest mistake that I think I made. Like people stopped using it ever since, but there's this frying pan effect that is still on my channel, and so like almost everybody used to use that sound effect. It was from Team Fortress, and so
Oh, that one, yeah,
yeah, and so but yeah, like um people used to use it all the time, and I would pretend like, oh, I just got hit, by somebody. I would like pass out, and people just loved it. They were just like, they would always laugh about it, and so we joked around about it. And then one day, the biggest mistake that I've learned to never ever say, and one of the things that I've learned on Twitch was to never just because somebody said one thing and people like it, when one person says it, does not mean they're gonna like it when you say it.
yeah,
And that is that is something that I have had to learn is don't don't try. If it seems questionable, don't try it. Okay.
yeah.
um I one day I said, you guys, I said, you guys are really committing streamer abuse whenever you hit me with this frying pan, and then everybody like that moment, everybody just stopped using that frying pan sound effect, and they did not say a word. It was like that was the death of that channel reward, and yet I still have it on there. So it was
Oh,
kind of
damn.
funny, but kind of like not funny because I was just like, well, okay, I guess I said that, and now people associate it with that now, and so but that was something I learned not to do.
Yeah, it's all about context, I guess, depending like on your base and everything like that, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. What was something you learned from streaming not to do?
Uh, like not to say or do or something like that on stream.
Yeah, like it could be anything, like something not that you shouldn't say, or something maybe that's maybe not a good idea, like what something your audience might not like, and like what did you like learn out like what did you learn from it, if that makes any
I
sense? I don't
guess
even
I
know.
guess really like dark humor, I guess. Like I love like comedy, making jokes and stuff like
Oh
that,
yeah.
but there are some jokes like I can make that might seem a little like I wouldn't say yeah, I guess edgy or like a little too like dark and out there and stuff like that. So like there are certain jokes I just like will not like like say on stream and stuff like that, just to like be mindful of like my audience and who's all there and stuff. Like there's some like certain people like I can make those jokes and stuff like that. Like they're not like harmful or mean or debilitating or like anything like that towards any individual, like a person or background or anything like that. But like
Hmm.
they're just like dark humor and stuff like that. That just like you shouldn't say on stream. But like if it's with like people in a group of friends and stuff like that, it's like yeah, it's fine, right? But like yeah, it's just I learned like got to be careful like what I say sometimes. I guess
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've learned that too. Don't make, don't make dark humor jokes. Oh man, I understand that. And so now that we're kind of sort of getting into the darker side of streaming, um, so what like how do you deal with chatters? And it could be like chatters who are like obviously trying to hurt your community, or it might be chatters who are just kind of like subtle, and they don't seem like they're hurting your community, but then like you see the sign, you start seeing the signs. Like how do you deal with those people who are trying to bring your community down?
Well, it depends. Like if they're someone who's like a long timer and they're part of the community for a bit and they like, they're exhibiting signs about that, like I'll message them and like talk to them directly and stuff like that to fix the issue.
Yeah,
But if it's like someone new or like someone who's not around often, they come in and just be toxic and stuff like that, I'll just like, I'll make a joke that kind of like burns them in a way and until they like like kind of like they get bored or fed up and leave, or I'll just like straight up ban them. Like I
yeah,
just don't take them seriously, I guess. I just like say something like kind of deflect back at them and stuff like that without like actually like being derogatory or anything or whatever, but like yeah, something like that, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I try to
I
use
Yeah,
sorry, go
go.
ahead.
No. Go ahead. What were you
I was
saying?
just gonna say, I just try to like be funny about it. Try to use comedy in a way and stuff like that. Make it like
Yeah,
in a way entertaining. When if like there's that like odd like jerk that shows up and whatnot,
yeah.
and
Right.
we all end up like talking about them and memeing about them anyway and stuff like that. It adds to like some like fun nights and conversation and like memes and and whatnot too. So yeah, it's great.
I should do that, man. I should do that so much more often, where I just like make a joke about them. Like I've thought about, like I've planned on what would happen if I actually did like mock like somebody on stream, just for the humor, not like mock like, oh, like in a negative sense, but like just kind of crack a joke about them or something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like making it into like a humorous thing. I really should do that more often, but more often than not, I'll just like straight up ban them and whatnot. So yeah, I mean it is kind of funny though when they're the obvious ones, and then like streamers just make jokes about them, and whatnot. I can't think of any good examples though. But there was this one guy. Okay, wait. So there was this one guy who I totally missed an opportunity with. It was actually a kid. All right. I don't think I've told this on stream before, but I've definitely told other people. But this kid lost to some other guy in a game. You probably guessed it was Smash Brothers.
Yep.
And so uh, he got all sorts of upset with this guy because he almost won, but then he lost. And so this kid just starts, going on a rant against this guy. And then I said, and I mean, I'll be honest, like I said, like, dude, kid, how old are you? Like, I'm sorry, who are you? And he got like so insulted about it because he's in that emotional state. And um he starts insulting me over my bad breath. And I'm like, wait, you're gonna
Oh, I think. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that before. Yeah.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
what?
Yeah, I was like,
Bad breath. Okay.
yeah, like that's the best you got. Okay, all right. Um, Different, but I guess I'll take that. But you know what I should have said? I should have said, you know, if you really have some bad breath, I should have started advertising like Colgate toothpaste and Phillips mouthwash to him. I should have said something along the lines of, "Oh man, I forget exactly what the joke was, but dang, if I could just remember the
You,
punchline now."
honestly, I would have said that's not my breath, bro. That's just your upper lip.
Yeah. Or maybe did you brush your teeth this morning? Because I don't think that's me, man. I oh, you ate garlic. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, yeah, something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it'd be kind of funny to make an ad and just like just keep on trying to convince him to like buy toothpaste and all that nice toiletry stuff. But I missed that opportunity so much.
It's all good. It's all
It'd
good.
been funny. It would have been funny though in real time, and just like record the whole thing with like OBS or whatever. And oh man, I don't know, but yeah, like typically I just to kind of circle back to where my original question though, like yeah, it's usually just best to straight up ban people who come into your streams. So that's really the most effective thing. But I think a super effective thing is definitely like cracking jokes about them, especially if they're like and I mention this like every stream, but it's so important. Like people who have poor anger management, because I've come across that so many
Oh
times.
yeah, yep. Don't I know it? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, people with bad anger management. People are just maybe even people are creepy too. I was on a podcast with another streamer, and I was doing my like like because you know how like somebody will say something and then the streamer talks about it and you're like and you start laughing in a way where it's like it's awkward when they're creepy like that. But yeah, those people, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like get rid of the creepy ones before things escalate because they yeah, they can do some bad shit.
yeah. Or the inappropriate guys, or yeah, I could keep going on, but yeah. um yeah, so if you could time travel to a moment when you first started streaming, like what would you say to your younger self?
Good question. You know what? Ah, I'd probably like tell my younger self to like that night when me and my buddy got like really into it and like just didn't talk anymore and stuff like that. I probably would have like gotten myself to like not like escalate the situation, I guess, and like actually just like walk away before like things like got escalated. Like he seemed like yeah.
Yeah,
I think I would have just prevented that fight. I guess I think I would have prevented the fight from happening.
yeah,
Yeah. Like it wasn't like a physical like in person fight. It was like an online like fight, and then we just like stopped talking.
mm, yeah.
Yeah, I would have prevented that. I'm sorry if that sounded like depressing or anything like
Oh no, no. I
that.
mean, I'm
I,
asking the dark questions right now.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
that's something
I
I go back. I'd fix that. I'd fix that like friendship, I guess.
yeah, yeah. And that's a good answer. Honestly, it's a good answer. Yeah, I'd be tempted to tell myself like everything though about like what I'm about to do, so that way I could kind of help prep myself a little bit better, I think. And tell myself like of all the mistakes before they actually happen. And so I don't know, that would be my thing.
Yeah,
um yeah, so it's yeah it's and it's like we kind of wish that we could time travel. We could like for real time travel, and then just make it so we don't make any mistakes. But part of being human is part of being human is having to learn. So
If I had the foresight of like what I'm doing now and all that kind of stuff, and could time travel back and stuff like that, I probably would have started like doing this as soon as Twitch was like a lot, or like
uh,
started like doing like
you,
VTubing and stuff.
sorry, you started fading out there for a moment.
Oh, sorry. Like if I could like travel back, I'd honestly like start doing like the whole like VTubing, 2D VTubing like right off the rip as soon as Twitch like became a thing and streaming started becoming a thing. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be a good idea. Yeah, I think that's it. I've never tried it myself, but if I ever had to, it'd probably be for like a specific event. Is would be my guess. But somebody actually suggested that one time. They're like, "Have you ever thought about doing a PNG tuber style of stream and just having like a PNG tuber right on the corner, uh, maybe like the bottom right of your corner?" I said, that is a really good question. Actually, that is a really, really good question. And if I had to choose, it would have to be, um, a situation. It would be very situational. Because I'll be honest, like I love all my lights on my webcam. I really do. And I'm like, I really like having this whole setup here, physical setup, because um, I don't know. It just fits. It fits me. But
Yeah.
I also wouldn't mind having a PNG tuber, but I wouldn't want to replace me personally. Just some my own two, my own perspective of things. Like I just wouldn't want to replace a PNG tuber or my webcam setup with a PNG tuber because like I mean it costed a little bit of money, so.
I mean, I honestly, ever since I changed to VTubing, I never looked back. Like it's nice to not be able to like like having to pretty myself up and make sure like my background's all nice looking and all that kind of stuff. Having
Yeah.
like the camera angles and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm just like if I'm having like a really like bad hair day and stuff and whatnot, I can still like stream with that and like not have to worry about like my looks or anything like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's just like my personal take. Like I could never go back to like actually like showing my face or anything like that. I love to keep the magic of like the VTubing and everything.
Yeah, I hear it
Yeah,
too. I mean there's perks to everything, and PNG Tuber is definitely entertaining. I mean 100%. And I think it works super well with your streams. I mean I absolutely love seeing your PNG Tuber. Um,
thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Even if we can't see the socks. But no, I joke, but um. But no, in all seriousness, and like the 2D PNG tuber, man, Echo did a great job of that PNG tuber. Absolutely love it. I hope he put it on his portfolio.
Oh, I hope he does too. Like I like he's a great artist and he's really talented in the art he does and the music he makes and shit like that. Like he's really great. Like I highly recommend like checking out like more of his work and stuff like that because like he's been drawing since like he was a little kid and stuff and whatnot, and he's really honed his skills, and I can't wait for like when he gets himself like an actual like tablet and everything, and he starts like doing like more digital art. Like I'm really excited for like more future
Ooh.
projects he does.
I want to know what kind of tablet he's gonna get.
Pardon?
I said I want to know what kind of tablet he's gonna get.
Oh, I know, right? Like
Yeah,
like I told him he should do like commissions and stuff, but he doesn't like to have deadlines and do that kind of thing. He
oh
just likes to do art for fun.
yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Deadlines are. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you got deadlines, it can get kind of a little like you said stressful. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree with that. Um, yeah, but let me see what. Try to change them. Okay, that is the same question here. So, what YouTube videos do you have do you have like any YouTube videos in production?
Oh, in production, like working on?
Like, yeah, like anything that's a work in progress right now?
Um, I still gotta upload. I think I still need to. Yeah, I still need to upload the FNAF 3 playthrough I did. I've been mulling over ideas in my head, so I haven't really done anything physically yet in terms of like writing a script or anything like that. But like like I still like I'm thinking of probably gonna be doing some like video reviews and stuff like that soon. Like it's
Ooh,
just mainly right
okay.
now it's like uploading VODs and whatnot, but like pretty soon, like I'm gonna actually be doing some like other things, like utilizing my like my 3D model and my like PNG model and whatnot for like other like videos that don't really have much to do with Twitch, right?
Okay. What
Yeah,
what
like
what kind of
maybe I'm thinking like I'll do like a top 10 video or videos here and there, or like do some like little silly reviews of like odd games I play on the side and whatnot.
well, that sounds good. I'd love to
Yeah.
see that. What kind of videos do you have right now? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh man. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me open up my YouTube. I got like a few, like quite, like because like I've always uploaded like I've had my channel for like years, dude. Like since I was like in high school. So let's see here. So if I go to my channel, uh, let's see here, my videos. So I got like yeah, a lot of them are like VODs. I've uploaded a couple like YouTube shorts, like let's see here. There's the Delta gameplay too. There's like okay, so outside of like Twitch related stuff, like I uploaded like a video of like frogs that I saw one summer. I just like started like recording a whole bunch of them because I thought they were like really cool. Old stuff from like my old model when I was like playing Fortnite and stuff, getting bananas thrown at me. There's like there's like a VR chat video I uploaded once. There's like like a Pokemon card collection video I had.
Hmm.
Uh, some DayZ videos. Like before I got into streaming, I used to play like a lot of DayZ with my friends. So there's like a lot of those. And then like I think before that there's like a video I uploaded like from like 14 years ago of like a little like class project of like making like a little like commercial for like a handheld NES console and stuff. But like yeah, that's about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just stuff
Are
that
you?
like I plan to like utilize the channel eventually and hopefully like make a better like name and brand for itself, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. 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 And it sounds like you're trying to pick your YouTube channel back up then,
Yeah,
basically.
I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, in general, what was your best compliment, and then what was also your might be opening up a Pandora's box over here, but if you don't mind me asking, also, what is your dumbest and most insulting critique?
Okay, hold on. Repeat the question.
Okay, well, let's start off with this. What was your best compliment you've ever received?
The best compliment I ever received.
Yeah, in general,
Um,
or on streaming or what? Yeah,
for like on stream, like
for
I
on stream.
think like in general, like it's from multiple people. People seem to like really like my voice, I guess. So I think like the compliment I take, pride in is like people say like they really like my voice. They find it relaxing and they love having me on in the background, and listening to me talk, and they find me funny and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to say like like I like the compliments I get from people when they say like my voice and my personality and stuff like that. So it makes me feel like I'm doing something right and to continue what I'm doing and whatnot. So those are the compliments that I like.
Yeah, that's good. What was your most what was your dumbest and most insulting critique,
About
if
like,
I can ask?
oh, what someone made towards me?
Yeah.
I think before I started VTubing and stuff like that, when I was using my actual camera, like somebody made a comment about my weight, so it was just like one of the contributing factors of somebody insulting my appearance that just like made
Oh,
me decide to go on to VTubing. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. No,
Like
never
I was a
done.
bit heavier at the time and stuff like that, like a lot less, like I'm a lot less now than like what I was weighing and stuff like that, but I just didn't like that, so kind of
Yeah.
like bothered me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when
Yeah,
somebody
it's no big deal to ask those kind of questions. Not at all.
Yeah, yeah. For me, yeah, like it was. I was kind of the opposite though. Back when I was a teen, in you know, I was in my teenhoods, and I used to do the amateur like back in the day when I was, you know, I would make a YouTube video of like Metroid Prime gameplay, for example. That was like the most common thing that I did back then, where I would point the camera at the TV, and you know, I'd always have to like make sure it's level and whatnot. But that's not the important. That's not the important part. But the important part was when I would speak into like the camera mic, and so one day I saw this comment on YouTube, and this guy goes, "Your voice sounds like a nerd," and I was like, that kind of hurts, honestly. And so I was conscious for like 10 years about it after that. And then I just kind of got over it and was thinking, you know what? Like, I mean, I sound like an adult for one now. And two, we're human. So we all have, you know, we have weaknesses. That's how it is. And I especially learned that uh, when I started talking to customers on the phone. Like people have weaknesses you didn't even know existed. So, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it was it was definitely an insulting one. My best compliment, what was my best compliment again? It was I had it on my last stream, but somebody, oh yeah, I can't think of another one, but this one guy said, "Hey, dude, I mean, I love watching you not for your gameplay, but for your character." And I was like, "Love that. I love that.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome.
That really is, yeah." And so, somebody saying that is just it's like it's kind of a well, you know, I don't want to be Captain Obvious, but it was a really rewarding thing that they said, and so you know, anyway, so it's nice. It's nice when people don't just want to be there just because of. I mean, it's fine if they're just there for one activity, but it's nicer when they're there no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. And then before we get to the gaming related questions, what is your favorite and least favorite things to see or when you're watching a Twitch stream?
What is my favorite and least favorite things when watching a Twitch stream?
Yeah.
My favorite thing is, I guess, like when I see like the streamer like interacting with like their chat and like actually like answering questions and stuff like that. Like if you ask the streamer like, oh hey, like what is your favorite food, and instead of like I like I like it when they can give like a detailed answer and they'll go into like topics and like build off of it and stuff like that. What I really don't like is like them giving like one word responses or just like not responding at all and stuff like that. So I guess it would have to be like the streamer actually like putting effort into like talking with the audience and like get like put like get putting their personality and stuff like that out there instead of like like not saying anything at all and whatnot. I guess you can say, right, like instead of just like focusing on the like like still play the game and like do what you're doing, but like like be a little more like conversive with like your audience and whatnot, and don't be afraid to like deviate from like the norm. Like you don't need to like
Yeah.
completely always like
Like
focus on like the
like
like talking about the
there's
game. Just like
there's a
talk about
thing.
yourself.
Yeah, like there's a thing called being too straightforward. Like kind of what you're describing. You know, you ask a question. Yeah. Uh-huh. I like that too. I like spaghetti. Ah, eggs are nice. No.
Yeah, where it's just
Not
like, well, what's your favorite pizza? And it's just like, oh, I like to have like like a pepperoni pizza with this and that with mushrooms and then this type of cheese and you got to cook it this way and then like you got to and then like, oh, what's your what's the brand, and but like and then like go and then it can evolve from like talk about that to like other things and stuff like that, right? So it's just like be very interactive with your with the audience, and just like don't be afraid to like put yourself out there and let them learn about you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like put a lot of if you can, which sometimes it's not possible, but if you can think of all the details, then say the details. Don't do a one word response. Obviously, there's gonna be exceptions to that, but um yeah, I mean, I really like people who are just super conversational too when they, because that's all of Twitch, as we already know. I keep yeah, I feel like I'm saying a lot of things that are obvious, but it like there really are people on Twitch who can like come up with whole stories on one little thing. Like it'll lead them. You ask them something and they're like, oh yeah, let me tell you the story. Okay, this is a really good story. Okay, listen, and then they kind of get you listen. um yeah, those are really good people. Then there's also the people who kind of similar to what she said. They'll just sit there and they're like, all they're doing is gaming. We've mentioned this a lot in other podcasts, but they're like, good game.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, can you talk? Okay, talk.
Yeah, say
Okay,
something.
yeah, say
But
something.
to
That's
stare
exactly,
at the screen and like look like a zombie and stuff
yeah,
like that, right? Just say stuff.
right, and that's exactly what I say. Not loud, but one of the things that my favorite thing is when they can, like, when they have either a really artistic eye, or they've made the graphics themselves and it looks super good. um and I absolutely love seeing good graphics, and so that's like one of my favorite. uh it's nice. It's really nice when you can show you have an artistic ability. When the on the flip side, however, I've kind of noticed, uh so sometimes I've went into like channels, like furry channels, okay? And so in this one guy's channel, he was an 18. I remember my photographic memory says 18 plus in parentheses, and then the rest of the title, or I think it was like the title 18 plus, whatever else he said. Anyway, so the streamer I was mentioning him earlier, Neofox, he rated this streamer, and I'm glad that he likes this other streamer. But um when you, especially when you say you're like an 18 plus, like a tamed 18 plus streamer, what I don't want to hear is you making um feral noises, like animal noises on
Barrel
stream.
noises.
Yeah, like animal noises on stream. Okay. I don't do that. All right, because I want to be there for to hang out with adults. Now, if you're entertaining a younger audience, okay, I can kind of understand that. And also, or um if you're what was it, or if you're talking to your cat or something like that,
Yeah.
then it makes, you know makes sense.
Yeah, there's a difference between like you're talking with like your pets and maybe like that like niche group of friends you got and stuff like that. But I guess if you're doing it with like a broader on, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a tough one, I guess. It really depends on like your audience and like your group and who's around.
Yeah,
Right? Time,
and
place, kind of deal.
it really drives me away. Like the second you start, like, because this guy, okay, Incineroar. Well, this guy had like an OC that was supposed to be like the Incineroar. It was a tiger that was based on the Incineroar design. Very similar. It followed Incineroar's character design like pretty closely, but like I just, he was making these growling noises as soon as the raid came in, and I was I can't do it. I just can't. No, it reminds me of I don't even know what it reminds me of. It's just I that's why like if if I ever got in a PNG tuber, there's no freaking way I'm gonna make animal
Yeah,
noises
that's
and
why you'll never ever catch me making Yoshi noises or little
yeah.
like growling noises like that. I'm just like, no, no, my voice doesn't work like that. Sorry, guys.
No. Yeah, and plus
Like,
there's a target audience, so
yeah, like I don't judge other people for doing that kind of stuff, but it's just like not something I do personally.
yeah. Umbreon says using personality A with friend group B.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, I see what you're getting with that, Umbreon. It's like if a totally different audience comes in, like let's say that's a horrible example. I'm trying to think of a. I mean, we just kind of came up with one, but like another example, let's
Like
say,
if you're a horror streamer or something like that, but your friend does like ASMR streams and you take like your hardcore horror group over to like those ASMR streams, it's like something like that basically, like two conflicting things.
yeah, yeah, like people are just probably not gonna like that unless there's like maybe unless there's ASMR in the horror, in the horror stream. I don't know, but like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, generally, yeah, people are just not gonna like that. So, but yeah. So as far as we got a hmm, um. Yeah, so we got a little bit of time, I suppose. Yeah, and so for games, like what is the very first game that you played, like as a child?
Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna have to say Super Mario Brothers when I was like a toddler. Like not even joking. I think I was like maybe like 3 or 4 and something like that. And my dad had the NES laying around and whatnot because he played a lot of it when he was homesick and whatnot. So like I'd started playing it and got really into Nintendo at a very young age. Like not even potty trained yet, and I'd be sitting there playing Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it was like Mario Brothers, Mario 3, and then eventually like when I got my own first console, like my dad took me to like a pawn shop and we found like a Super Nintendo with a copy of Super Mario World and like I got really into that and fell in love with like Yoshi ever since too.
yeah. Umbreon
Yeah.
says my earliest memory of playing a video game is Mario Kart Double Dash at the age of three.
Double
Three?
Dash. Oh my gosh, youngster.
You were three.
I'm showing
Dang.
I'm showing my age of what I'm talking about kind of.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Yeah, you can remember back that far. I think my very first memory in general was. You guys don't want to hear that. Never mind. But yeah. So like, um, I don't know why as a kid I wasn't really into the Super Mario series. Like, it took me time to actually get into, like, especially Yoshi. And so I was born in 2004. Dang.
Oh yeah, that's young. That is young. You're a baby.
Yeah.
You're just a baby. Oh my goodness.
My first game was what was it? It was Mega Man, and it was Mega Man Legends, and that was a really good game for the original PlayStation. Um, yeah, I wish they didn't cancel the third one, but they did. So, but it's
Oh yeah,
okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, but
Didn't that result in that Mighty Number 9 game or something like that? They were just like, okay, if we can't have a Mega Man Legends game, we'll make our own.
something like that. Yeah, it was like they had like
Yeah.
different versions of Mega Man and whatnot. I don't know if we're thinking of the same thing, but Umbreon. I don't think Umbreon. He's like, I'm paying taxes, so
Don't worry, I'm just playing around. I say that for everybody born after the year 2000. I'm just old. I'm old.
yeah, yeah. Um, what are I mean right now? Because I know you're a variety streamer. What is kind of your main game to stream, and also what are your favorite games to stream?
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah. Like, what's your what are what are your favorite games to stream, and what's the main one that you're streaming right now on Twitch?
Oh, my favorite games to stream. Oh man, it's hard to say because I'm a variety streamer. I'm gonna have to say my favorite type of games to stream are like those like indie RPGs that like really like catch me out of nowhere and catch me from left field where I get really hooked on them and like really invested in them. Like there was the one time like I was introduced to like Everhood. I got really into that game. There was like when I played Inscription, there was like I'd have to say anytime I come across like an indie game, I get really into like those are the kind of games I love. Like if people like show me this like little hidden gem out of nowhere that I didn't know about, and I play it, and I just those kind of games, like especially like games kind of similar in the like a lot of like like Undertale or like Deltarune like games like kind of like based on like the Earthbound format like those kind of like weird RPGs or and stuff like that. Like those are the kind of games I really love and get really into. And the current games right now I'm playing well, I'm doing Sonic on like every Sunday for Sonic Sundays. Lately on like Mondays, I've been playing Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna be doing the fourth one here pretty soon. Like I think most likely like this Monday, hopefully. And then Tuesdays are usually like Terraria nights. I usually play Terraria on Tuesdays, and I'm hoping to like maybe start doing like Throwback Thursdays where I can just like chill out and play like an old school game that like I grew up on or like games that I like missed out on and stuff like that. Like like something like that. Like yeah, like that's kind of like the thing I'm going for right now. It's just like those are the games I'm going for. Trying to mix things up a bit. I basically like try out games, play them. Like if I don't like it, I don't like it. I'll be honest about it. And if I love it, I love it. Like yeah, like I just love trying out anything I can get my hands on. To be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um.
What's
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I think Omega has a question.
He goes, "Oh, I have your." Oh, so this is actually like a really similar question to what I said earlier, but his spin on it is, "What's your most memorable ban on your channel?"
Okay. Okay. All right. I haven't really told the story before, so I guess this is like, well, I have told it in Discord, but never on like live on stream or anything like that. So I should probably be like a little honest about it, but it's kind of like a lesson in a way. Is your channel like adult friendly? Like, is it okay to talk about certain topics? Like, is
Yeah,
there anything I should? Okay.
absolutely.
Um, I hooked up with someone before, and it was just like a thing where it was just like like I'm not interested in any like romance whatsoever, no strings attached. Like we're just like hang out, hook up, like that kind of thing, play video games, and that's it, right? Like nothing. I didn't want any romance with them or anything like that, right? But they couldn't get that through their head. Like they got way too attached and wanted like more than that and stuff like that. So they became I tried to cut contact with them and they became stalkerish. Like they found my like Twitch channel, like my Discord, and they like started like harassing a lot of like my community members, like messing with people on like the Minecraft world I had going on and all that kind of stuff. And it just like drove me over the edge. I had to like really like permaban them on everything. I called them up and like was just like freaking out and screaming at them like on the phone, like you gotta quit this, cut this shit out. Like this is not some like a way you should be acting to someone like if they're not interested in all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
had to like block them, delete them on everything, and tell other people in the community and stuff like that to like make sure this person isn't around. Like block them, delete them because they're gonna harass you and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, they cause like so many issues and shit like that. Like it taught me a lesson. Like be careful. Like who I mess around with and make sure like they don't like I make sure like if like people IRL that I know don't know anything about my community or my Twitch and stuff like that unless I know and absolutely like trust them, like make sure they don't like see any hints or like find anything or like ways to like look you up and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the most memorial ban I had when I had like a creep who just like couldn't handle the fact that like I just didn't want to be with someone, and they kind of took their frustrations, anger out in my community.
yeah.
Yeah,
That kind of sucks, honestly. Like, when you get people like that, and then like you're trying to, like you want to bring out the best of yourself to that person to kind of be the bigger person, right? But sometimes that doesn't work, and so it's like, especially on the internet, like when people start to go crazy like this, I can't do that now. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, like and then Umbreon goes, humans are an odd bunch. Well,
they are.
it can be true. That's why that's why Rock is a Yoshi, and I'm also a Yoshi too. I'm using a PNG tuber of a human being, you know. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. There you go. You're Yoshi in a flesh suit. That's basically it.
Yeah, and a mud mask. Now, watch me take it off. No, I'm just gonna. but no. But like what was the most difficult game that you played so far?
Most difficult game I played so far. Oh, like on stream. Um, difficult game. Most difficult game. I'm gonna have to say right now, but like I'm starting to get a little bit better at it. The hang of it. Still really difficult as hell. I'd have to say Elden Ring. Elden Ring is probably one of the most difficult
Oh,
games I've ever played, to be honest.
Elden Ring. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I won it from like a different stream and got carried a lot through like a previous playthrough, but like I just couldn't like handle myself too well and lost interest and uninstalled it and then reinstalled it recently because a friend convinced me to give it another try and stuff, and like he was giving me tips and pointers and all that kind of stuff, and I've been carrying myself like just fine. So like but like it's still difficult as all hell. But like I'd have to say like Elden Ring is probably the most difficult game I've ever played on stream, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear it's very hard. It's like I think it's next to Dark Souls, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
Oh, it is. It literally is a Souls game. Like it was made from like FromSoft and everything. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
you
played
know.
any other like Souls game ever, and like this is like the first one I've ever played, and yeah, it's the most difficult game I've ever played so far.
Yeah, I imagine I probably wouldn't make it in that game either. Like either Elden Ring or Dark Souls. I don't remember know if it was another podcast or if there was like if this was on another stream or where exactly. No, I think it was on it was on one of my other streams. I don't think it was a podcast specifically, but I remember saying something along the lines of, you know, what would be really cool is if because I remember as soon as he brought that up, I was like, oh yeah, that was made by the same company. That's why. What if they made a futuristic game with the same difficulty, kind of the same bosses, well, not the same bosses, but like the same themed bosses, but they're like from the future instead of like, you know, the past. I don't know, like just a random juicy idea that I kind of came up with. It'd be kind of a cool idea.
I think there's some games similar out there, similar with like the same of what you're talking about, but I think there's like yeah, it sounds like Cyberpunk what you're talking
Cyberpunk.
about.
Oh, okay. I know nothing of Cyberpunk. I've seen their gaming cover and that's
Oh,
it.
what? Damn.
That's it.
I have it. I have it. I only played a little bit of it before I upgraded my rig, but like I still need to actually like sit down and like play through the whole game. I'm just trying to pick a day where I'm actually gonna like stream it, but I decided like okay, well Elden Ring is gonna be my big game for a bit, so maybe after Elden Ring I'll play Cyberpunk.
Mega
And we
Umbreon. He
got
goes,
Echo here, yo, the artist himself.
we were
Welcome,
talking,
Echo.
we were speaking highly of you, Echo, about the PNG tuber you made for Rock, and so we did a really good job on it.
He's the best. He's an amazing guy, amazing artist, and like I love hanging out with him too. Like last night, actually, we had like a movie night in Discord, and it was like his pick, and he picked an absolute like classic that like I haven't seen in years, and we all
For
had a
sure.
really great time watching it.
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
how Umbreon, he just goes, "You've never heard of Cyberpunk? Unacceptable!" And he just go, just like does a sonic punch. He's just like, but
I love that
yeah,
emote. I love that.
yeah, that's a good emo. Who's that from? That is from from Sonics. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I gotta remember that one. I gotta get. I should get that made into an emote one of these days. I'm taking that idea. I'm stealing it.
Except it'll be Yoshi instead of Sonic.
Yeah, it'll be Yoshi.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always wondered, like I'm looking at that really long arm emote that he's using as part, and I'm thinking this is something I posted on Twitter a few nights ago. I was like, not that I haven't ever noticed this, but why are Yoshi's arms so short? I mean, he is a dinosaur, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but like his arms come out to his like just past his nose.
Yeah,
um
not very far. Kind of like similar to like a real dinosaur because they got like the tiny arms.
yeah. Yeah, they got the short arms, and then that's the thing I kind of struggle with my 3D model is like getting the arm past the nose because it can't reach that far. It's like my character punches. Like, how's he gonna punch? I don't know, but um, anyway, totally off topic though. I sobbed after the end, unrelated to the mood of the movie, but I was just missing old memories. First time I ever broke down at a movie. What movie was it?
We watched Matilda.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an old movie. Like both of us, like I watched it when I was like a little kid, and he watched it when he was a little kid, and we're all just like talking about like the memories of like watching this movie and what it brings and stuff like that. Like unrelated to like the movie itself, it's just the memories we had from like watching it, like with like the people we grew up with and whatnot.
Umbreon's got a good point though.
What did Umbreon say?
He said, excuse me. Well, he goes, I mean, he grabs stuff with his tongue and attacks and kicks. Why? Why does he use his arms? Does he use his arms and smash at all? Actually, he really doesn't use his arms and smash unless he needs to swing with casual items. But otherwise, yeah, no, he doesn't really use his arms though. I'd like to see him use his arms because it'd be like another part of his toolkit. But I'm mentally shut down after I beat Persona 3 for the first time.
Oh, dude, I can
Oh.
relate. I know about that ending for Persona 3. I know exactly how you feel, dude. That ending hit hard. I hear you, dude. I hear you. That was a
Yeah,
great game.
I haven't. I've seen Persona 5. I've seen Persona 4. I think I might have seen Persona 3. I can't remember. But Persona 3 is I can't say anything about it because I haven't seen it. But yeah.
Like
Um
you seen gameplay or like the anime adaptations?
I just haven't seen the gameplay from Persona 3. Like, I've seen the artwork.
Oh,
I should look at it though. Yeah, yeah. I should totally look at it and see what I think. Um but
I've
yeah, I
I've
think.
yet to I've yet to beat 5, but it keeps on triggering my narcolepsy. Like it gives me like narcoleptic moments. Like I just keep on falling asleep through it and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it's like just too much of a relaxing game.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Podcast is going good. Echo, it's going pretty good.
Doing
Appreciate you.
amazing.
Appreciate you
I
asking.
love you, Echo. You're so awesome, dude. I can't wait to hear your new mic.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what was oh, okay. So here's the next question I was gonna ask. One of the last questions here. Have you ever been in an esports team? And if you have, what's your perspective of like the esports world?
Okay, I've never been on an esports team. Like the closest thing I've ever came to like doing something like that was like years and years and years ago when like TF2 was like new and huge and everybody was playing it. I'd go to like the local like game center where you pay like a few bucks for like an hour or two or whatever to like play on their computers and like take part in like Team Fortress 2 tournaments and stuff like that. So I used to do that with like some friends and whatnot, but like never like an actual like esports team or anything. I can't really say much in terms of like esports because it's just for me it's similar to like real sports like that you'd see on TV of like football, baseball, like it's all like commentary of like the games going on.
Yeah.
And it's just like seeing that isn't really like my thing of like, see like hearing commentary about like people playing video games. It's the same feeling I get where like I'd rather be like playing myself instead of like actually like like watching it, like instead of like watching somebody like play baseball, I'd rather play baseball, or like instead of like watching like an esports thing of like them playing like like Fortnite or something like that. I'd rather be like playing Fortnite myself. So like I like it's different in terms of like streams of like Twitch streams, like like the of like watching a streamer and talking to them and all that kind of stuff. But like just like I just like I don't hate it. Like I think it's amazing. I think it's really cool, and I love what esports has become and what it's turned into like these days and stuff like that. But me personally, it's just something I don't have the attention span to sit down and watch. So it's really hard to say, but like I do respect it, and I think it's like really amazing and like what it's turned into though.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
the.
you?
Yeah. I'm actually in an esports team now. It's called Team Ultra, and so every Monday night at 6:30, or no, sorry, not 6 o'clock. We just sit down. We start commentating these tournaments that we run, and they've got some really good players, man. Like there are people who have they will give you the matchups that you normally don't get in the Smash Ultimate series, and so it's really um uh, cool just to see them like pull all these certain moves, and then some things you've never seen, like you think you've seen it all, but no, you have not seen it all. When you look at high level gameplay, it's like, okay, so um now I gotta like speculate this here, and I gotta put it into words somehow or another, and that's kind of difficult when you're not on the same skill level as them. Like when they're like on that much higher, it's kind of difficult to commentate, but it's fun though. It's fun
Yeah.
nonetheless. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind taking like if I can find a game where I'm actually like decent and good at and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind being part of an esports team. But like yeah, I'm not against it, or like like
yeah,
wouldn't like I'd love to join one, but like I just have to find like the right game to like really take part in something like that.
yeah. It
Yeah.
would be understandable. Yeah. I think it'd be a cool thing actually. Have you streamed like Smash Brothers in the past
Oh
on your
yeah,
Twitch?
I've streamed Smash Brothers. Like I've done like World of Light, like some World of
Okay.
Light stuff, and then like I'd open up like lobbies for everybody to fight and whatnot. But I'm really rusty at the game, so I need
Yeah.
to like actually like play a bit more. So like it got to the point where like I got my butt kicked so many times, I'll just go into like the spectating stands and like like watch everybody else like play and fight and learn from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm real honest says, have you ever seen Meta Knight fight me sword fighter? I haven't seen that. I bet you that's a pretty intense one though. Have you crap, I'm losing my train of thought again. Have you what let me ask you this. Have you played like what characters were did you main when you used to stream Smash Ultimate?
Um Yeah, it's hard to say because like I always played as Ness for the longest time. Like I've learned to master him throughout the years of like playing Smash Bros. So like I stuck to him a lot, but then also like I'll also play like Luigi or Link and whatnot as well. So like those are the other two like options I'll play as. But like the one main character I like to main is Ness.
Okay.
But it's really difficult to like use them in like a one on one or like when people want to do like no item matches and stuff like that. So I need to be like a little more creative or like but yeah, like I said, I'm just like super duper rusty, so I wouldn't be able to like put up like a bit of a good fight against it if I even tried right now.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Have you ever tried to use Yoshi in Smash Ultimate?
Yeah, but he's like really fast and hard to control. I have to like really like sit down and actually like
True.
learn how to like really use him.
True. Yeah, he's very fast. And like he doesn't like he has two moves that are pretty decent in range, but like most of them in general are just kind of short, like,
Yeah.
Yoshi is the Sonic of the Sky to me. Yeah, I guess what you mean by that is like cuz Yoshi jumps a lot in
When he does his
Smash.
flutter jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah, or he just
Yeah,
short hops a lot, and then he like follows up with a move, or like a lot of his moves are in the air. It's like he can definitely utilize his ground moves, and that's what I try to do because not as many Yoshi mains are like, oh yeah, let's use grounded moves. Like most of them prefer the aerial moves, and so like I've been a grasshopper. I like to call myself a grasshopper for always doing short hops, and that was just kind of who what I did back in the day. And now it's like I kind of learned to like mix it up a little bit. He's an
yeah.
air fighter with good ground options. Yeah, that's a good way to speculate it too. That's pretty true. Echo says I used to main Luigi in Ultimate for a couple years. Ooh, okay. After I got so tired of Ultimates online, I switched to Melee and played Luigi there. You play Luigi there now? Yeah, yeah. Melee's pretty good. Yoshi, even outside of Smash, he has always been a quick character and faster than Mario. That makes sense because like you look at it sounds funny, but like you look at Yoshi's built up legs and like and I mean he's gonna be his legs are gonna be pretty they're gonna have a shape to them, and they're gonna be like, I don't want to get kicked by that character. Yeah, imagine getting kicked in the jaw by Yoshi. That would suck.
Oh, that would hurt.
That would
That would
hurt
probably
so bad.
dislocate your jaw. That's for sure.
Yeah. You need to go in a coma or something after that.
Like it
Um,
probably hurt a lot worse than getting kicked in the face by a horse.
probably,
Probably.
probably. I abandoned plant for Yoshi. Gotcha. Sorry. And Yoshi is vertical Mario. Mario is horizontal Mario. um,
So other way to play it.
Yoshi has the best airspeed acceleration, so he can move around faster in the air than on the ground. This is true. He does have very good airspeed. I think the only character who has better airspeed than Yoshi is uh, uh, escapes my mind, Lucario. I think he's the only one, but Yoshi's got solid airspeed though. Um, he can just he can do brutal things in the air, man. Um, but yeah, what's let me see. What was the most underrated game you played, and what really made you enjoy that game?
Most underrated game. Oh man. I'm gonna have to say, okay, it's an older game. On the N64, I'm gonna have to say, Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon on the N64.
Okay.
It's really underrated because like not a lot of people like played that one because it was just like one of those other like obscure titles unless you like rented it from Blockbuster at the time or anything like that. It's never been put on Virtual Console or anything, and it came out. Um, like it came out around the time like I can't remember if I think it came out before Ocarina of Time came out. Like it had like the mechanics of like like jumping around like Mario 64 and like hitting stuff, changing to different characters. Like it had platforming different levels and dungeons and boss fights and all that kind of stuff. And then yeah, like the flaws it had was just like weird camera angles, not being able to like target stuff, but like it was still like one of my favorite games to play because it was like very, very Japanese and like not really translated the best, but it was still like a really like fun game to play. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
That one's one of my favorite like obscure like underrated games that like not a lot of people I know played.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Nice.
Plus like
Um.
the intro to it, every time you boot up the game is like a banger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
And the cool thing is like the dungeons are made in a way like you got to find keys and like open doors and jump platforms and like go to different levels of like whatever it is like the dungeon you're in, right? And at the end of the dungeon, you got your typical like boss fight and everything, and then after that boss fight, like it transforms into like a giant kaiju or like a mech fight and stuff like that. So you
Huh.
blow in this conch and it's some of this robot that you go into and you go through this like stage where you gotta like dodge obstacles and all that kind of stuff, and then you
Hmm.
do this like giant mech fight where you like punch and shoot lasers and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. I love it.
Sounds really good. I love mech games. Love mech games. I don't play many mech games, but I love them. Have you ever heard of Hawken?
Hawken?
Yeah.
Never heard of that game.
It's also a really, really old game. I think it was originally on PC, I believe. But I don't even remember, to be honest. But Hawken is another mech game where like you can strafe around as a mech, and then it has like the death match, the typical death match, where you can like shoot at um other players, and there's a lot to it. It's really, really fun though. It's
Ooh.
very, yeah, it had really good CGI for its time, but yeah, like it was a pretty cool game. um yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Check that one out. I'm gonna have to research that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. I heard about have you heard there's a mech game that is coming out. It's called Mecha Break. Have you heard of it?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Oh, that one looks like a really cool game. That one is a game where you're an you're an anime character who is fighting in a variety of different mechs which like have like different classes. Like one of them is support, one of them is like a brawler basically, and then they have like a few other classes of mecha suits. And so it's really, really cool. It's really interesting. I forgot exactly everything else about the game. It looks like a really fast-paced game, but when you look at the actual gameplay, it's not as fast as you would think it is, but it still looks very entertaining.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody playing a demo of it the other day, and I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting there. Still looks like a game that I would absolutely love to stream someday. Um, but yeah, that's that maybe one day. And they announced it was going to be released in like March of this year, but it didn't even come out then. So I was like, okay. I was wondering where it was, but all right. Um, my last question now
All right.
is, what do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 years on Twitch?
Oh, 5 years. Okay. Let's see here. When I first started streaming till now, I went from using my real face, getting a 3D model, to getting a improved 3D model, and then getting a PNG model. And that was like less than 5 years. I've gotten that kind of stuff accomplished. So in the next 5 years, what I really, 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 really hope to accomplish is to potentially either, yeah, I want to implement like actual full body tracking, like VR capabilities, uh either utilize the use of like either VR chat, or possibly like my own like Unreal, like something developed by Unreal Engine, to like have my own like room set up where it's like connected with the stream and all that kind of stuff. I want to go with like something a little more advanced with like the full body tracking, where I can like move around and a lot more features and stuff like that. So I'm hoping like in the next 5 years I can have a way more advanced, detailed, like kind of stream in that regard. Something with like a lot more like expressive and stuff like that too, like a
Yeah,
lot more animated. Yeah, that's what I want to go for. Like full on, like full body tracking. I can move around and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Yeah, you could probably do
Yeah.
like VR games with that and
Yeah,
whatnot.
that's the plan. Like, I just gotta like continue what I'm doing now. Try to save the money if I can, and like invest in that kind of stuff, because I know my PC can handle like a lot of that kind of stuff too. So like, it's just getting the equipment that I need, like the body trackers and the VR headset and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what I'm hoping in the next 5 years is to see Rock hit 10K follows.
Oh
You
my
got the
God.
right idea, Echo. You got the right idea.
5 years? Oh, hold on. Like, it's been like 4 years already, and like we kind of got like to like 800 or something like that. So like, yeah. I mean, I could see maybe 2000, maybe 2000. That's maybe, but like 10K, that'd be amazing. That'd be so super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it
Yeah.
would be so freaking cool to see 10K follows, and for some reason it's telling me your channel doesn't exist for I don't know why, but um
Oh,
oh
I'll keep
well.
my channel for as long as it takes. Ain't no way I'm gonna quit streaming
No.
or drop it anytime soon. Like unless something like really bad happens or anything like that, like nothing. No, I ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, right. I was trying to shout out your channel in the chat, and it was like, who is that? I'm like, man. Um,
Same, same. Uh,
oh my gosh. No, guys, go follow RockPixel, for real, for real. Because he does have some really, really high quality content. And so before we choose who we want to raid today, tonight, uh, Rock, tell me, and I ask every single streamer this question: how much on a scale from 1 to 10 would you rate this podcast?
um, you know what? I really like this. This has been a lot of fun, especially like for my first podcast. I was going into it pretty nervous, but then a
Yeah.
lot of the nerves left. Like I there was a couple moments where like I was tripping over my words and stuff like that, but that was because like, you hit me some really good questions, some really heavy hitters. It was a variety of them. We were able to like, talk and delve into like other stuff related to those topics for the questions, and overall, it was a really great experience. I have to say, 10 out of 10, dude. Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. This is a lot of fun. This is great. Like, you did awesome. Like, I really appreciate this. This is great. You honestly taught me a lot and gave me some inspiration for doing something similar on my side too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your feedback, and yeah, I definitely look forward to when you the next time you go live, and also when you not with really with every with whatever game you decide to stream, especially like, man, I think you said you're gonna stream Smash Ultimate soon again. I think you said, is that?
Hopefully, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the motivation to do that one. I guess I've been kind of a little like I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidated to do it, but like there'll be a chance, there'll be a time. I just gotta like decide on when I want to do it and like I actually dedicate to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But yeah, so like I said, guys, follow RockPixel, and let's go ahead and raid. Still haven't really found somebody to oh, you know what? Ooh, I know who exactly I'm gonna raid. We're gonna raid Sideswipe Shark. Is he still on? Yes, he is. Um and so, thanks everybody for coming in, and I'm glad that everybody joined. And yeah, and especially with Rock, man, he's got very very high quality content. And man, I missed my chance to say this, but like we were, and these are like brand new streaming graphics, and it's funny because like the way I laid it out, like my face is now pointing at the chat window instead of the streamer. It'd be like is yeah, I totally missed my chance to say this, and it's so fun. Like I was thinking, what if like every time I did a podcast, I would now have to look up at the streamer and go, "Hey, how's it going? How's the weather up there?" No, I'm just messing around, but
Hello
um,
down there. Good to see you.
it's like, hey, good to see you. You know that one show? What was that one show called where like they had like all the different cameras with the different it was like there was like different kids on these different like in video frames that would pop up one by one on TV, and you just see them go, and they were all like looking at each other and whatnot. That's kind of like what it's remind Full House. That's what I think that was. I think that was
Oh,
it. Yeah. I couldn't think of the name. That's crazy. But anyway, so that's kind of what it reminds me of. Is
oh,
like
Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch. You're thinking of that one, right?
maybe, yeah. I think that's
It
what it
was like,
was. I think
yeah,
so.
it was an
I
old show.
forget.
Yeah, an old show with that big family, and at the start, it always show those like squares of like all the members of the family on there, and they're all looking at each other and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that's the Brady Bunch.
I forget. Was that show in the '90s or was it in the? I think it was in the '90s, right?
I think that was the. 70s or 80s, somewhere around there. I know my mom watched that show a lot, like, but I think it was like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and excuse me. Let's raid Sideswipe Shark, and we are gonna go ahead and pull out the popcorn, and we are gonna make this the raid message here. Pull out the popcorn. Those are not exclamation marks. And you guys, I will see you this upcoming Monday. I don't know if we're gonna do a tournament because it's Labor Day, um but we're gonna go ahead and raid. So you all have an amazing rest of your week.